Pruning tomato plants. How to do it, why to do it, and do you even have to do it? That's the subject of today's video. I'm Gail, the gardening gal, and welcome to my garden. So, why prune tomatoes? Some reasons include to prevent disease, to increase air circulation, and help save space. One other reason, which can be kind of controversial, is to increase the fruit size and increase the number of fruit. How to prune tomato plants to help prevent disease. Now, the lower leaves of your tomato plant are usually the first to be diseased. This can be because coming into contact with soil or getting soil on the leaves by splashback while watering or from rain. To help prevent soil-borne diseases, cut off any branches that touch the ground. Snip. Now, when your plant isn't all that big, you don't want to cut off too many branches at once. But as your plant gets bigger, you want to go ahead and cut off, a few branches at a time so that you have about 12 to 18 inches between your soil level and your first branch. Pruning for air circulation. When you're pruning your lower leaves on your plant, that helps for air circulation as well. But what about higher up on the plant? If you leave some air circulation within the plant, that can help for drying out after a rain or something. You can do something like clip off the entire branch, snip, or you can just go ahead and cut off part of a branch. If you're short on gardening space, pruning to one or maybe two main stems on your tomato plants will let you put your tomato plants closer together while still allowing for air circulation. This kind of pruning also helps if you're container gardening, like me. To prune for one or two main stems, you'll need to remove the suckers from your plants. Suckers form in the area between a branch and the main growing stem. It's easier if you pick off the suckers early, but if your suckers have gotten out of control, but if these suckers are larger, you will have to make do with a pair of scissors. So each sucker can lead to another sucker, which can lead up to other suckers, and so on and so forth, and that's what usually ends up causing a large tomato plant. Hey, here's a question for you. How many tomato plants do you have? Comment below and let me know, and if you plan to prune them. And do you grow them in the ground or in containers? Pruning tomato plants for bigger or for more fruit is a little controversial. Some people swear by it, and others say it doesn't work and can hurt the plant. The idea is that by pruning all the suckers and a lot of leaves, it'll let your tomato plant send up more energy into the tomatoes. This can help the tomatoes grow bigger and help set more blossoms. It may be true, but up to a point, but let's think about it. Plants need leaves for photosynthesis and to help them grow. If you remove too many leaves, you're taking away a food source from your plant. Topping a plant may be a better idea in this case. Topping is also a form of pruning, and it is really just removing, removing the growing stem. I do have a whole video on this that I will link to it, but I will tell you that I did get an amazing surprise from these tomatoes after I topped this particular plant. You'll see that in the linked video. So, do you have to prune? No, you don't. If you have plenty of space, you can let the plants grow with abandon. But I still do recommend pruning off the lower leaves within a foot or so of the ground level though. Now let's talk about the tomato plants you want to prune very little or not at all. I've been talking mainly about indeterminate tomato plants, those that continue to grow and grow and grow and produce fruit until frost or disease kills them. On the other hand, determinate tomato plants grow to a specific size, depending on their genetics, and then set most of their fruit and stop growing. You can prune the lower leaves that may touch the ground on a determinate tomato plant, but pruning the plants further up can limit your tomato production by taking away future blossoms. There you go, pruning tomato plants. Thanks for watching. You know the deal. Like, subscribe, comment. This is Gail, the gardening gal, saying have yourself a great day. Happy gardening.